Hello. It's not just me, it's him as
She's
well.
not even
Just
waiting for me to get into shot.
Getting
How
straight in there.
rude is that of my wife? Not even
Monday afternoon, bank holiday Monday, May bank holiday, so it's 2nd of May today.
Welcome to Neil and Jan Resellers, or hopefully welcome back if you're a subscriber. If you haven't
Or to Neil
subscribed,
and Jan, the hoarding couple.
no, we don't hoard. Well, no, all right. Maybe
He's
a little
just
bit.
beginning to clear his hoard somewhat.
Maybe
so
a little bit.
That's a good sign. That's a good thing. Anyway, we did a boot sale yesterday, but I was very, very poorly, and when we got home, I just went straight to bed.
So we didn't do the show and tell. So we didn't get that much yesterday. So it's just a little bit of a show and tell from there, and then obviously from we've been back to Hicksted today, to the show opposite the showground, and we've got some stuff there as well today. So let's have a little look and see what we got.
Yeah, because we seem to always be going to that one. Neil had planned to start going more to Ford, but my daughter's just visited and she told us that they've now got planning permission to redevelop the site that Ford's on. So that's going to be...
That would be a bit of a nightmare.
If you can get to Ford, go there quick, because it's not going to be there forever.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they're going to be building houses.
But I would still like to... I hope they're still running for next winter, because that's where I was planning to go for next winter anyway. But anyway, let's get on. Let's have a little look. See, what did you get yesterday?
Well, yesterday, as I say, I wasn't feeling at all well. But I did notice, one of the first things I noticed was a little mug. It's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. It's an official Disney one. Don't know if you can see that. And the handle says Friends Forever. It's quite a nice little one. I think I need to consult my notes. Then I also got a couple of figurines. They're in the style of Ladro.
Was that yesterday?
This is yesterday, yeah.
Oh.
And they have from the maker on the bottom. I can't read without my glasses. Casades. I can't see.
I didn't even.
It's also got little writing, and I can't read what it is. But very often these, made in Spain in the Valencia region in the style of Ladro, are actually made by the same artists that, or sculptors that make the Ladro. They do these kind of themselves.
They do their own little bit of work at home.
Yeah,
they have their own separate.
And so sometimes you can get a really good deal on them. So I got this one and this one, both from the same person. Sold them both for £3 each. This one, I recognise the mark on the bottom as Miguel Rodriguez, and I've sold one of his in the past. I think I sold that for about 25.
Right.
So they still command
money. Quite
good money. Obviously you can't put them on as Ladro because they're not. But I always say in the Valencia style.
Right.
Because that's what it is.
What it is,
You get a lot of this type of thing made by lots and lots of different people in this area. So 2 of those are £3 each. Now I'm going to rustle because I need to wrap them
You're
up.
not going to rustle, are you?
I am going to rustle.
Just rustling on film. I mean, well.
So,
but no, they're really nice. They're very similar, obviously, in height and size. So would go quite nicely as a pair, wouldn't they?
And actually today, at today's boot sale, I did see a piece of genuine Ladro.
Right.
That was lovely, really, really nice condition. But the chap wanted £40 for it. And it was one of these with lots of little butterflies and detail and things that could easily get smashed off.
Yeah.
And I said I couldn't afford 40. And he said, well, what would you? And I said, well, I'd pay 15 for it.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I could go to 30, but I frankly couldn't afford to spend that amount and still carry on boot sailing. So I didn't buy that one, but I have done my research, and the one he was selling that I could have got for 30, they're selling for about 120 at the moment. So, if it's still there next week, then
you may consider
if I've got the money, then I might well do that. Now,
okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to stand up. I was going to say, if you're standing up, can you put these over there?
Actually, I will.
Right out of the way so that they're safe, because I'm just worried about them getting broken. And when I got them yesterday, I was feeling so ill. I had a very brief look at them just to make sure they didn't have hands or fingers or something missing. But I hadn't actually looked closely at the maker's mark on the bottom, and I brought them home thinking that I bought utter rubbish. I really didn't think they'd be worth
you were
anything.
feeling really
it was only
rough
when I got them
yesterday.
out just now to show my daughter that I thought, oh, they're actually better than I thought they were.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was really poorly yesterday, but
Right, we'll have a look. Well,
so that's all I got yesterday.
well, I picked up a Xbox 360. It was the Xbox 360. It had a pile of games. It was originally asking 10. I said, was it 10?
Yeah, when you're showing things, do you want to actually have them in frames that they can be seen?
Yeah, that is in frame. Look,
Yeah, none of those are.
not yet because I haven't got there yet.
Excuse us, we're just having
Just having a little domestic piece. Oh, go on. Anyway, but what I spotted is it's an Xbox 360, but in the games there was this Halo game for the Xbox One. Now I've recently picked up an Xbox One and looking for a couple of games to play. This was actually sealed, so it was a brand new game. I actually picked it up for £7 in the end. So there's the Xbox One game, which is probably worth the £7 in itself. There was a FIFA game. Some of these are a bit grubby, they need a bit of a clean up. There's a Skyrim game. Let me put that down.
That's better. That's
better.
all I was trying to say.
That's right. There's a Skyrim game. We've got a Splinter Cell game. These are all for the Xbox 360. A Ghost Recon. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Got a Halo Reach. And a Call of Duty Black Ops. So considering that, you know, even without the console, it was probably worth it just for the games. It didn't have all of the power pack with it. It only had one end. But I say, even if that doesn't work at all, the £7 probably was worth it for me just for the one Xbox game. So that's kind of like a bonus. That was my first kind of that was my first item. Didn't get much yesterday. This is a bit grubby, but I do like the dark ones instead of the white ones. The white ones
filthy.
kind of, yeah. How much more? How many other bits have you got?
Nothing else from yesterday.
Nothing else from
The rest
yesterday.
of it's all
Okay.
today.
So I also picked up one of.
Yeah, yesterday the only other things I spent was I had to pay the entrance fee because you didn't have the money.
I didn't have any money. I just had a £20 note, I think.
So I spent that as well. So that was another £3 because so far that was £3.50. Those bits, no, £6.50, and also £4 at the veg store.
Yeah.
Or £5 at the veg store. So
I thought I did pay the entrance. I gave them 20s both days. I did pay the entrance. No, it was Saturday. You had to pay your own. I paid with 20s both days.
I have no idea.
It doesn't actually matter. Anyway, I picked up one of these. So this is a Bop It Extreme 2. Now I picked this up. I picked this up for about £1. They do actually sell on eBay for between 18 to 22, something like that, which is quite good. These have been around since about 2020. There were some earlier models, but apparently, well, these are, you have to kind of press a button and then it tells you whether you've got to flick it or twist it or spin it and that, and you've got to do it within a certain time. It takes quite a bit of mental thinking to actually kind of do it, and for you to remember what's twist it, what's flick it, and whatever. And it's quite a short time you've got to do it in. So, but yeah, it's a new kind of thing. But we were told about this last year by Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. I've now been picking these up whenever I see them. So anyway, so that was that. Last thing yesterday, Now, I presume Fujika is this camera. Fujika is going to be Fujifilm, but I don't know.
It's just another Japanese
It's just
type.
another.
I think, you know, very often they try and name things similarly.
Similar.
So it's a similar name. So you would think, oh, it's like Fuji, but
Yeah,
it's not exactly.
it's not exactly. But it's a nice little film camera. Yeah, I think I picked it up for £1, so I haven't really done a lot with it. But yeah, it's hopefully that'll sell for, I don't know. Sell for something. I don't know how much. It might be worth 20 quid. It might be worth 10 quid. But I paid £1, so there's probably profit in it. That's what I picked up yesterday. So that's all of yesterday's stuff. So I'm going to get the stuff
there for yesterday because I think we were home by 9:30, weren't
yeah,
we?
it was
We were
really,
home very early.
well, I mean, you were feeling poorly. Normally I go round a couple of times, but then yesterday, because you were feeling poorly and didn't have that much money available for the whole 3 days
weekend,
car boot
yeah.
sailing, so I only had about £100 over the whole weekend, and
Yeah, because what Neil has bought recently, that I don't know if he's mentioned yet, he's just bought himself a new car. Well, not a brand new car, new to us car.
Yes, no, I hadn't mentioned that.
A better boot sailing car
better
than my
boot sailing,
car, isn't
yeah.
it? A bit more in it.
So I used to have a van, and that had been off the road for quite a while. It was an old van, trying to get a headlight for it. Couldn't just go and buy it. It was one of these things. It was an old R-Edge van. It still worked nicely for putting stuff in, and the dogs in and stuff. But I smashed the headlight on it in a little accident, and couldn't get a replacement for it off the shelf, kind of thing. So had to wait for one to come up on a Facebook group. But by the time that had happened, it had been off the road for about a year, and we've been using Jan's car. And but when I finally got it round to MOT it turned out that it had too many things over time, like rust and stuff like that had happened. So we've now got a nice little 08 plate. It's a
Nothing wrong with the 08 plate.
no,
That's what mine is.
no,
Mine's still going
08
strong.
plate. It's a Citroen C4 Grand Picasso. So
It's 7-seater.
it's a 7-seater, so there's plenty of room in the boot.
And the last 2 seats fold into the floor, so
yeah.
that gives you a really, really big boot space. Plenty of room for all 3 dogs.
Oh, plenty of room for the dogs, plenty
And
of
for
room
boot
for boot sailing and putting the trolley in and having the stuff. So that's really nice. So got availability for more room for putting more stock, which is really good.
On the way to the sale this morning, I was saying to Neil that I'm starting to get a little bit anxious because I have difficulty walking. When we were just using my car, my blue badge and my walker were always in my car, so I didn't have to worry about it. But now I don't know when we're going out until we get out to the road which car we're going in. It's kind of a last minute decision, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm really worried that, you know, I'm going to suddenly get somewhere and then not have my walker with me, which I don't need it so much for walking as for sitting on my way round, whether it's going around a boot sale or even in Sainsbury's. I can't walk all the way around Sainsbury's without sitting down quite often. And so Neil said, well, we'll look out for another one.
Yeah.
And so we get to today's boot sale. The very first table, I've got this here to remind me, they had a walker similar to mine, only blue. It's a nicer colour. And she said, I want £5 for that. Well, I know that mine cost, I bought my one for my mum when she was alive and I paid 110 for it. So I thought £5, I'm not going to say no to that. Neil was right behind me because we'd only just walked in. So it's like, take that back to the car.
Yep.
So now I've got a walker for each car.
Yeah.
That one, the new one had gone back to the car, still using the old one, walked round, got to the second aisle and the brake fell off. And that's all that's left of the old one. No, it isn't. I'm going to have to get a new
Yeah. So if you don't know,
repair.
on the wheelie walkers, you actually have a handbrake to stop the wheels from moving.
Yeah, it's not so that you can slow yourself down because you're running too fast. It's literally if you're going to stop to look at something, you need to put the brake on. Do you remember at the boot sale last year? The guy saying, "Oh, I love it's over there," and somebody had to run off and retrieve it.
Although when you do lift the handle, maybe it should have "this vehicle is reversing."
Well, you can say that if you want. I'm not going to. But anyway, so I got a new wheelie
walker, which is
for
brilliant.
£5, and broke the old one.
Yeah.
There you go. That's life.
Yeah. So that's
Things
all good.
happen. So that's. I'll move that out of the way. So that was my number one thing today, was the wheelie walker.
Move on to shoes. These are going to be for me. This is a pair of Carrymore trainers. They're size 8.5, which is exactly my size.
Are Carrymore some sort of outdoors?
They are,
because they're not like
Carrymore
Nike
are an outdoors company. They do shoes, they do rucksacks, they do outdoor clothing.
For roughy tufty type people.
Yeah, for outdoory kind of people. So Carrymore is a brand I like buying, and but anyway, I paid £3 for those.
It reminds me of when I first met you, and you came to visit, and you just bought yourself a new pair of shoes that cost you God knows how much.
I bought a pair of Salomons for 120 quid.
Which to me, because I just don't spend that sort of money on clothes.
Well, I did
ever.
I did back then,
like...
when I was canoeing and you know, we'd be going to Scotland.
Well, you were young then.
We'd be going to Wales.
It was a long time ago. It was 24 years ago. Yesterday was our 24th handfasting anniversary. 24 years we've been together.
Yep.
Still can't get rid of him.
No, it's a shame. Anyway, so that's them, £3. So that was good. I was really happy with those. What did you get next?
Next I spied these. These are for me.
Right.
And they clip onto a shelf in the cupboard, and then you've got hooks.
Oh right, for
so
like an IKEA shelf thing where you for in like a cupboard.
Well, I don't know about IKEA, but you could then like hang
things on it.
Hang cups or something if it's on that way.
Right.
Or if you put it over the cupboard door like that, then you've got your hang cloths or something on. But
the hanging
two of
things
those for £1.
Nice.
And of course, Laura saw them on her way out, and she's saying, "Oh, I want them," and it's like, "They're mine."
Laura's Jan's daughter.
Yeah, so got those for £1.
Okay, I'm going to move on to my next thing. I picked up 2 more of these. This is the Bop It Extreme again, and this is a Bop It XT. Now I did actually put some batteries in here just to show you roughly what happens. So the idea is you're supposed to spin this one, you're supposed to flick this one, twist this one, and pull this.
Solo. Flick it. Ow! That's not good.
That just sums me up.
I can't even work a kid's toy. But I was going to say, that sort of thing, you could sell all 3 together and people could buy them for like multiplayer action at a party.
There is actually, they do a multiplayer thing on this. But yes, there could be. But the only thing is I'll be selling these for like 20 quid each. So I don't know if somebody's going to want to...
Or 100 quid for 3.
Or 100. That sounds good to me. Well, I don't know. But anyway,
maximise your profits.
And we've got that one. I haven't tested that one yet, but that one's been tested. It definitely works. So that's good. But again, these are a really good thing to look out for. They sell really cheaply because a lot of people haven't got a clue what they are. They look a bit odd, and they sell for £1 or £2, and they don't realise that there is actually quite a lot actually going on inside these. Because they help people's. They actually help you mentally. For thinking, help to build up quick thinking and your what do they call it, your motor skills.
Yeah. And hand things, hand dexterity things, are actually very good to prevent dementia.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Anything
No,
that
yeah.
things that
Also, when I was looking these up,
looks like I need to do something, doesn't it? I can't even speak.
when I was looking this up, there was also mention of helping people with ADHD.
Right.
But I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing about it, but it was interesting. So anyway, what else do you get?
Oh well, there's always the man there who sells. He's just a retailer. He just sells like a market stall.
Right.
And I was just looking down because I thought, well, it might be something I need, and found some dog poo bags. And they weren't that cheap, but they were £1.50, which is still cheaper than Pets at Home or something, isn't it? It says they're pleasant fragrance, masks odours, but it's
So they're for dog poo.
not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they're kind
But they're not that. They're not the really thick ones that we like.
no.
You know,
They're like
they're still.
they're a little bit thin.
But they do put a picture demonstration on the back of how to use the dog poo
Well,
bag.
I kind of. Do you think I
That's
should use these for dog
£1.50.
poo? I mean that's going to be one hell of a dog
Is that from
poo.
the same stall?
Um,
It's like an elephant poo bag, isn't it?
I actually picked these up. They're like a rubble sack.
Oh, they're not as big unless they're
They're not
doubled
as big,
over.
but they are thick, and they will have. Now, basically, I don't know if I've mentioned, but I'm moving my stock from
Moving out of his bedroom.
moving out of my bedroom, moving the stock from the bedroom to the garage. Now I've got the vehicle. It means that I can once a day. The idea is that I keep my stock in my garage, and that the stuff that I list that day goes over to the garage, and on the same trip, the items that have sold the previous day come back to be sent. So I'm still going to do most of the work here. It's just I'm going to use that as storage. But there's stuff in the garage that needs clearing out that's old and stuff, and it's going to need some sacks. I need a tip run, so I bought
old plumbing fixtures,
a load
and
of
fittings
plumbing
and things,
stuff,
haven't you?
and there's a whole load of old bits that need to go to the tip. I need some bags to put them in. Basically, it's £2 for some bags.
Okay. And then I got a mug, another Disney mug.
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. Sorry, I'm supposed to hold it out of. Sorry, I'm not very good at doing what he tells me.
No, you can do it in there. It's just at some point, if we
Disney branded on the
Disney branded.
bottom, and I got that one for 20p. It's not actually that special,
yeah.
but I thought, well, it's 20p because I seem to do quite well on mugs, especially the Disney ones or very unusual ones. I've actually been looking out for sets of bone china mugs, like when I got the Leslie's Cats ones.
Right, yeah.
I think they cost about £3 and they sold for about £7 or £8 each.
Nice.
I sold them all individually
Yeah.
because they came in a set of 4 or
Yeah.
even it might have been a set of 6. And of course people break their favourite ones and then want
Of
to make
course.
up the set,
Yeah.
and then
And they get their set back.
yeah.
That's nice.
So I've been looking out for things like that.
Yeah.
And I like china and porcelain things because you can wash it and it comes up nice and clean, usually.
Okay, I picked up a Wii console. So we have the Wii Sports, have Wii Play, and Wii Fit. It came with 2 controllers. Now I know if I sell controllers separately, they're worth about a tenner each. I paid £8 for the whole lot. It has the. It also has a HDMI converter. They're about £6 by themselves. It's pretty much just the controller and the wires. So it also comes with the Wii Fit board. So it's got the Wii Fit board as well, and all that lot for £8. I'm well aware if I probably test it all up and take that to the shop SEX CEX. Anyway, the shop. Take it to the shop in town. I can probably sell that for 20 to 30 quid.
So a quick flip if you don't
Just a
believe
quick
it.
flip and get it gone, but make a quick profit. I know I've also got there's another Wii that I've got upstairs that I just needed to take the parental control off. It's just a four-digit code. I believe there's a way to hack that because I obviously don't have the code, but I believe there's a way to hack that on YouTube. Get that done, get that cleared and set back to factory settings, and then I can take that one into town as well. So I'll probably do the two at the same time, and hopefully get myself probably 40 or 50 quid from not too much.
Yeah. And then there's always a guy there who sells ice cold drinks, you know, cans of fizzy pop. And I normally give his table a really wide berth just because I don't want a can of fizzy pop. Yeah. So I just kind of
move on and
move swiftly on. And today I walked a bit slower past him and he had some books for sale. And
right.
I managed to pick up the River Cafe cookbook.
Right.
And I can't remember who it... That was a £25 cover price, really nice condition. I think it was Jamie Oliver or another one of these TV chefs who actually, as an apprentice, worked at the River Cafe.
I think it was Jamie.
It's a fame in its own right. Nigella Lawson, another lovely condition cookbook. The cover price been cut off that one. That was obviously a gift.
Yep.
But he was selling these books at 50p each. Sorry, that's a spare bit of newspaper that I don't need there. And then Jamie himself, Save with Jamie.
Yep. I've not seen that one before, I think. Save with Jamie.
No, nor have I. I think that's... I know he did a series that somebody was moaning about, saying that he's saying you can save money by buying a whole leg of lamb. Most people can't afford £24 for a whole leg of lamb when they're looking up to do. Then Jamie's 15-minute meals. I've already got that one. That's a £26 cover price. The Save with Jamie is £26 again. You know. Yeah. I mean that's a month's worth of shopping, isn't it?
Jamie's books aren't cheap, are they?
They're not, but they are lovely books.
They are great books.
And these, you know, I keep picking these Jamie Oliver books up at boot sales for 50p each. Really, they don't look. That's £20 that one. They don't look as though they've ever been looked at, let alone cooked from. You know, in the olden days, we had one or two cookery books each, and they were all covered in splats and
you would cook from. You would actually use them. And
I actually learned to cook from my cook. Well, I had two cookbooks, but and Jamie's 30-minute meals. I think I've got this one already. Another £26 book. But I thought, you know, even if it's just giving them away as wedding presents, or that's probably where they came from.
Probably.
Wedding present or engagement present or something like that.
Yeah, but they're nice. They're nice to have.
But you know, 6 books there, £3 from from the very nice man at the
absolutely, and basically
fizzy pop store.
Basically, hundreds of pounds worth of books. I mean, you're looking at well over £100 anyway.
Yeah, can you help?
Yeah, let's put those back in the bag. But they're really nice.
I mean, as I said when I bought the last load, you know, I don't think we use cookery books anymore. Anybody who wants to make anything goes to the fridge and says, what can you do with half an old tin of baked beans, a courgette, and a pickled egg? You know, what can you make with that?
What can you make with that? Right, I've just got a couple of bits left.
Not that I've ever eaten a pickled egg in my life. It was just the first thing that came to... Have you?
Yeah, I've had a pickled egg.
Are they nice?
Not bad.
Aren't they just like really vinegary boiled eggs?
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Anyway.
I just thought... It just doesn't... The thought doesn't appeal. But then you eat like...
Sushi.
Cockles and...
Yeah, winkles and...
And mussels.
Mussels, yeah.
Eats all manner of horrible things.
I do. Anyway, I picked this one up. This is a Samsung. It's a video player with a DVD player. I don't know if there's a record on it, but I have looked it up. As in, I don't know if it will record from one to the other.
Yeah, because it says record, but I don't know. No, this side doesn't say record. It's only the video, so that would be recording from the TV, I should imagine.
And that will probably just play.
I'm just making it up as I go along. I haven't got a clue.
I know that if you've got a record on the DVD side from the video, that's worth a lot more. But I picked this one up for £2, and it hasn't got a remote or anything with it. But I have seen these sell for about £35 without a remote, and up to £70 with a remote. And it is clean.
You know, so many of these that you buy are absolutely disgusting, and that one, that one's nice.
I say that
nice
that was £2. That was pretty good. What else we got? I got another DVD player. This is a Sony. It's still got the price tag on. It was £3. This is a Sony DVP SR 150. They sell for about 20 quid. You can sell them for a bit. They might be a little bit less, but even if it's between 15 to 20 quid, this one does have it sells more with the original remote. That is the original remote. So I'll be looking for about 20 quid with that. What else have you got?
Okay, I got a little comforter. Now Carla buys these and does very well out of them, and it's the first time I've seen one actually, because I don't look a lot at kiddies' toys, but it's just a little baby's comforter. Got that one for 50p, but the value in these is if this is baby's favourite toy and they've lost it, Mum will pay whatever it costs to get a replacement. And I think that's why they sell at such good second-hand value. But it does say it'll go through a 40-degree wash in the washing. Oh no, it doesn't. I show you how often I look at labels. I don't know what these symbols
40 degrees,
mean.
Isn't it? That one's 40
says
degrees.
it says 40-degree wash, but
it says don't iron.
Oh, that's don't tumble dry, I think.
Don't tumble dry, don't
but
iron.
But it's 100% polyester. But anyway, nice little teddy. It's quite clean, so I thought, well, I'll get it, and hopefully it'll make somebody happy one day. And Echo saw it and said it would make me happy.
Oh, make me happy. I thought that's what you were getting for.
No.
So I picked up another two little...
That wouldn't last 5 minutes with Echo, would it? It'd be shredded by tea time.
Picked up another little 35mm... Oh, could I sneeze? Hang on. Excuse me. Okay, picked up another 35mm camera.
Still got a film in.
Still got a film in. It also has a telephoto and wide lens that will come out, and it is the
Helena.
It's the Vision Mini MZ.
It's not a top brand.
It's not a top brand.
It's good enough.
They sell for about 10 quid, to be honest, and I picked it up. I think I picked it up for 2 quid. So that's 5 times what it costs.
But anyone wanting to learn to develop film, it'll make a good little camera. It's better than a disposable one that they've got to dissect to do it.
And last one on the cameras, picked up this a little Olympus. This is the X42.
Of course, worth more because it's in a box.
Absolutely, it's in a box. It's 12 megapixel.
Is that an Argus thing from their stockroom? Looks like.
I don't know.
It's in cameras. It looks like an Argus code number on it, but that doesn't matter.
So yeah, it's a nice little pink. It's a nice little pink one.
You're doing exactly what you told me not to.
No, I'm not, because if you actually look, I can actually see your face and my face.
Not if I do that.
Not if she does that, no.
It's been a long day.
All I was trying to say is, I'm looking for thumbnails for the videos. So if there's a nice item there and their faces, and then we've still got room up the top, it means that I can put the writing in. I'm looking for shots for doing thumbnails. Trying to get a thumbnail shot is not always easy. Especially as we pull faces and we put this over your face like this and that. Anyway, so that's what I was trying to encourage Jan to do, was to try and make some shots for thumbnails. But anyway, so that was that camera. So that's nice. The other thing about this camera that is really helpful for reselling is that its battery,
AA type.
it's
battery,
AA type battery, so you don't have to worry about with lithium whether it's got a charger or not with it. Making sure you can sell the battery, the ones.
Nice clean case as well with it.
But it does still have the cable, has the cable with it, and has the booklet. So, yeah, that.
All in all, nice little buy.
All in all, I think about £20. I think I should be able to sell that for. So, but saying that, I did pay £5. She was asking £6, paid £5. I thought, but I can sell for 20, so that's worth buying. Is what I was thinking. That just leaves me one item. How about you?
Well, my last find is almost my best one.
Yes.
On the floor I found a pile of plates, and if you've seen our other videos, I'm always moaning about plates getting broken, especially my Jamie Oliver white on white plates, which are like this. Now, we got the set, I was trying to work out how long we've had it. I think probably 14 or 15 years.
Yeah.
And when we got it, they were selling at, can't remember if it was 4 or 6 place settings, but it came in a box. So you had the 4 or 6, I think it was 4 dinner plates, bowls, side plates and mugs, and that was £200.
Right.
And that was Churchill.
Yeah.
And then later on, Churchill lost the franchise to do the Jamie Oliver stuff.
Right.
So it's now being made by, who's it being made by? Queen's.
Right.
You will see some of these on eBay as Queen's Churchill.
Yeah.
I don't know if Queen's got anything to do with Churchill at all.
Right.
But the older ones will say Pucker on the back because that's a Pucker plate. These ones aren't as good quality. The shape is slightly different. But when you're down to your last 3,
yeah. It looks similar
anyway, I
enough.
picked up the top one, saw it was Jamie Oliver. They don't actually sit very nicely on top of each other, so I'm wondering if there's a bit of a mix of old style and new style, but it's the first time I've been looking through them. They could do with a really good clean, to be honest, but that doesn't matter. We've got a sink, we've got hot water, and fairy liquid. No, they're all the Queens. And I said to her, how much are you asking for your plates? And she said £1 each, which, considering I've seen one recently on eBay with a big chip out of the side and they wanted £15 for it.
Wow.
Which is a lot of money, but I suppose...
Especially if it's got a chip in it.
Yeah, exactly. But I suppose if you... Because like most of ours got completely smashed.
I don't see why they'd want to sell it with a chip, to be honest.
Well, I was thinking it's not so much why they'd want to sell it with a chip. I'm inclined to sell the one that we've got with a chip. It's why you would buy it with a chip.
Well, yes, you'd sell it with a chip, but why, as you say, why would you?
But I suppose if you've got like 5 plates, you've got 6 people coming to dinner and you needed a matching one, then maybe you would take the one with the chip and think, oh, well, I'll have that one for me.
I'll have that one and I'll stick
the old man or something.
I'll stick a potato on that side.
But anyway, I know that the Jamie Oliver plates, even these ones, second hand, sold recently. I was looking up the prices of sold ones, 4 for £25 the other day.
Right.
So that they still have value. I think the older ones probably would have more value.
Yeah.
But we just needed plates, so that'll do. So if you want to take those, where are you going?
I was just going to get this.
Can you put that back?
I'll put this on there. Out of the way.
Yeah, I think the actual decoration on the older ones was better as well, but it doesn't matter. You know, we're back up to full strength with the plates, and
which is really nice. Now, my last item, I was looking for one of these all weekend, to be honest. Is Xbox One controller, a wireless controller. So I think if I was trying to buy one of these new, I think they're about £50. Maybe £40, maybe 50, but they're not cheap. I managed to. He was initially asking 20. He said that the guy bought it from. I see him. I've seen him there every week with his game. He does a lot of gaming stuff. He was going to knock it down to 18, and then he said, "Oh, I'm not sure if I've tested this one." I said, "Well, if you've not tested it, how about 15?" So we settled on 15, and it's a wireless controller for the Xbox One. and I've a couple of weeks ago I picked up an Xbox One, but it's had a wired controller, and with the 3 dogs, it's not great to have a wire trailing across from the seat to the controller. So it was nice to pick this up, and it appears to work fine. So that's good, and that was my last item. But that was very much for myself.
So do you know how much you spent today or yesterday?
Yes, today I spent. I had £45.
And you borrowed 10 off me, but you did pay it back.
Yeah, I borrowed 10. I'll explain that in a minute, actually. So I had £45. I spent £3 to get us in, breaking the £20 note, which kind of helped to have a bit of change. I did borrow 10 off of Jan earlier, because I was on my second way round. I know Jan doesn't spend as much. I didn't need it.
It was just, I'll borrow that just in case.
It was a just in case.
Never mind if I had a just in case.
Well, if you had it, yeah, but you still had like 20 or 30 quid left.
I know, I'm rich.
And I still only had 10. I only had 10 at the time, and it's like, so I borrowed 10 to walk round. So I had 20 quid. So it was, if I saw anything, I could. Just made me feel like, if you've got more money whilst walking around, you can actually ask and barter with stuff rather than not. If you haven't got any money, hardly any money left
you've
on
never
you.
tried just pulling out 10p and saying, that's all I've got.
No, that might actually, that's a good technique, but it really doesn't work when you're pulling a trolley with a shitload of stuff behind you. You know, when they've already
just say, well, if you see anything you like, it's all for sale. Perhaps we could come to a deal.
Maybe I should try that. But yeah, no, anyway, but I didn't see anything else that I wanted, so I gave it straight back to Jan afterwards. Anyway, that's all my stuff.
So you said you spent...
I spent 45 quid.
Today or yesterday
Today.
or both? Today.
Today.
Well, yesterday I spent £6.50, not including the fruit and veg.
Right.
And then today I spent £17.20. But of that, I'm keeping the £5 Walker, the £1 hooks, that's 6, the £6 Jamie O plates, that's 12. In fact, I'm keeping most. Keeping the food bags.
Neil the reseller, Jan the hoarder.
So the only things that I'm going to be photographing will be the 50p heading, 70p's worth.
70p.
But
right,
one day we'll be millionaires.
One day we'll be millionaires.
Well, no, I mean,
so I think. Oh no,
the other things are going to be used, aren't they?
So as we're playing the what are we saying? I'm going to do the opposite and say, well, I'm going to be keeping hold of the controller
and the shoes,
and I'm going to keep hold of the shoes. The shoes are for me, and that was for me. I knew this was for me when I went out buying it. I was trying to find, but everything else is intended for selling, to make a profit, so that I can go to a car boot sale next week. Because if I hadn't mentioned, this is what I do full time. This is the only income that I have. So if I don't sell anything this week, I won't have any income for next week's.
Yeah, and I need to pay off all the vet bills from when we had all our trouble earlier this year with breakfast. So I've got quite a lot of debt to pay off, so I need to. So that ain't gonna do it.
Isn't that gonna do it? Do you not think?
No, but my
that's got to be worth £1,000 at least, doesn't it? I mean,
the figurines. Well, it depends how desperate Mummy is. 25. No.
Who knows? Anyway,
I'll probably put that on for auction actually and let it find its own price.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, isn't it? I think I normally put everything on at
start it at a tenner and let them go up from there.
Because I'm reluctant to let things go. Sometimes I just put them on such a high price. I've been sat there for a year not moving. But it's my lovely. I don't want to sell it.
Oh, what's the name of that thing in
Hoarding.
no Lord of the Rings?
Oh,
My Precious.
Precious. Did he do that?
Something like that.
I can't remember, but it's like Gollum or something.
Gollum, yeah, it could have been Gollum.
Oh yeah, my precious. That's me, isn't it? I moan at him for hoarding, just only because my hoard is tidy and you can still walk around the room, but his you can't. It's all kind of grim, dirty.
I'm sure you've seen our boxes before. Actually, I think they're out of shot.
Or if you can see any in the mirror that are actually in front of us.
Yeah. So we've got these boxes.
I don't know what you can see.
And over the last 2 days, I think it is, I've taken 17 of those boxes out of my room, checked all the stock in them, and they've now gone to the garage. So my stuff is getting less.
It's going down, but you know, I've still got, because I've got about 50 of those boxes at the moment. That I need. A lot of it is stuff that I brought home from my mum's house when she died in 2010. So you know, stuff that I've got to list.
We've got to get it listed and stuff like that. But we're definitely having progress right now. We're having a really big upsurge in what we're doing. It's going to make a big difference
with all that's been going on this year, because it's not been a good year so far with us. Yes, well, 2 days ago was the first time I'd listed anything this year.
Yeah,
I'd come kind of ground to a halt before Christmas with everything, because we've had a lot of problems. But things are
looking
better.
up. You know, it's been Beltane this weekend, and so I think moving on from here,
May Day, if
things
you're
are getting
normal.
May Day if you're normal, if you're not a pagan.
If you didn't meet at a broomstick rally.
Yes. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this film. Hope you enjoy the films from this weekend. And I am running slightly late on the editing of these films. And I've got
But he's doing his best.
I'm doing my best. I've got about a backlog of about 12 films.
By the time you see this, it will have been edited and uploaded.
It will have been edited and uploaded.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well, because we've got the data.
Hopefully you're going to be.
Yeah,
but are you doing it in any kind of order?
Yes, I'm doing them. They're all in. They're going up still in date order. So it's May bank holiday weekend now. But it might be a week or two before this is actually uploaded. It might be Christmas. There may be snow outside before this gets uploaded.
Well, we haven't even got over last winter yet. I've been so cold. But anyway, what he was saying is, don't forget to hit the like button, whether you like us or not.
Yes,
like
comment down below. Subscribe.
Yeah,
definitely subscribe. If you don't do anything else, just subscribe and watch the films. Because, I mean, obviously we're really
and
funny.
I've also been saying to Neil that what we're doing is very samey, and we need to do you need to show what you're selling. But the problem is, when he buys these consoles and things, he cleans them, wraps them all in bubble wrap, puts a label on them, and then stores them away.
And then stores them so that they're ready to...
Which means when he sells them, there's nothing to show but this big bubbled up parcel.
Yeah. I mean, and my idea on this, by the way, is that if they're already bubble wrapped and pretty much ready to go,
it speeds the process up when it's sold.
When it's sold, but not only that, you know that you don't have you're not going to run out of bubble wrap.
Yeah, no,
it's already.
I'm with you on that, but
there's not a lot to show.
You could make a film saying, these are the parcels, this is what's going out, and then show a screenshot of the listing. Just so people know that
we're going to work on.
We're not actually really hoarding it all.
We're going to work on more content, slightly different, showing a bit more of what we do. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed.
Somebody did ask at some point, "Am I Neil's mum?" And the answer to that
we
is
are married.
No, I'm very not his mum.
No.
So if you've got any questions you want to ask us, then you know.
Yes, we were married. Well, so it was we're pagan, and we had a hand fasting 24 years ago. Now, hand fasting is a pagan wedding, which can be for a year, for a lifetime, or some people
or as long as love shall last.
Yes. So we actually got hand fasted 24 years ago.
And then we got officially married 2003.
Yeah.
But that was just dotting the I's and crossing the T's for legal things.
For
wasn't
legal
it? So
things,
that
yeah.
if I died, you could have my stuff, and if you
Yeah.
died, I could get the insurance money. Which
Pretty
I pay
much.
regularly, just
Pretty
in case.
much.
Because you never know when you're going to have an accident.
You never know when those accidents are going to happen. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed the film, and we shall catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.